Welcome back into another rebuild I have for you guys here today on Madden 20. Today it's finally going to be another realistic rebuild, this time of the Buffalo Bills. So before I begin, I really have to explain some stuff. I'm still not able to download rosters like everybody else. So what I decided to do here with the Bills is just go ahead and make all of their free agency acquisitions. I looked up a couple different websites, did some research just to see who they signed. Of course, I got all the big ones, like Stefon Diggs is on this team. I think he's going to be fun to, look out for. There's definitely a chance I missed some smaller guys and the contracts might not be exactly what they are. It's sometimes difficult to mimic exact contracts in Madden, but I did my best. And I think I got most of the players they signed in free agency. I think what I read was updated like a few weeks ago, so if anything happened between then and now, like I don't have them on the team, but I don't think those players will make that much of an impact. I went after all the big guys that they ended up getting, so I think this can be alright. The only thing then is, since I only mess with the Bills, every other roster is what it was in Madden. Like Tom Brady's still on the Patriots, Darius Slay is still on the Lions. I didn't want to just go and make an entirely new roster. That would have taken me a very long time. You guys may not have seen another rebuild from me in like another few months if I ended up doing that. That would have taken me a really long while to actually compile every single roster together. I think this is good enough though, at least until, EA fixes their issue and I can finally download a roster again. The thing that sucks is that I did have a roster that was fairly updated a few weeks ago, but then I went to go download that guy's most updated roster, so I deleted the other one because it was the same name and it would have overrode it anyway. And by doing that, I got rid of my only roster that I could have used, and at that moment was when the glitch was really impactful, and I wasn't able to download anything else. So I really just messed up. That's on me, but this is the best I can think of, at least to do right now, so hopefully you guys can enjoy this. If you do end up enjoying this video, and if you enjoy Madden 20 rebuilds in general, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot in the end. Also, if you like the video, you can leave a like down below, and while you're down there, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, and check out my second channel, links to all three are down below. But now let's start talking about this team. The Buffalo Bills have a really good roster, right? They just made the playoffs a year ago. They have a good team in general, 80 overall, 80 offense, 80 defense. The offense got a lot better with the addition of Stefon Diggs. So now this team does not have a first-round draft pick, but I really like how they use their first-round draft pick. This wide receiver class, of course, is super stacked, but chances are most of those guys won't be as good as Stefon Diggs is right now. Maybe a few of them will develop and, surpass Stefon Diggs. I don't know, but Stefon Diggs is a great receiver, arguably a top 10 guy. There's a bunch of really good receivers right now, so it's like saying he's top 15, maybe. That's not even a bad thing. Like, there's so many talented receivers in the NFL right now. But Stefon Diggs, one of the best route runners in the NFL, can catch super well, can catch contestedly too, quite well, and spectacular catch is a 95, so that's pretty nice. And he can also move. 91 speed is not bad at all. I'm gonna quick look up what number he's wearing, because I feel like he deserves to have the number he's actually gonna wear. I don't know if it's gonna be 14. I just typed up Stefon Diggs' number just on Google, and the first thing that came up was Stefon Diggs' phone number. Did his phone number get leaked or something? Because that would be problematic if that ended up happening. But it looks like he is wearing number 14. And that's not available right now. Okay, let me see who has number 14, and I'm going to change it. Okay, so Ray McLeod is number 14. I don't know if he's actually going to change it in real life, but just for the sake of the rebuild here, I'm going to give him a different number, and Stefon, not 25. Okay, well, he saved to 25. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to keep it. Why not? 25 at receiver. Looks weird, but we're going to roll with it. Let's give Stefon Diggs number 14. Let's move on to the rest of the offense. Then we have Josh Allen at quarterback. Say what you want about Josh Allen, but he is a cannon. 99 throw power, can also move super well. He's pretty good on the ground when he wants to go that route. Devin Singletary is a good running back as well. He had a good rookie season. He's very small at 5'7", but that's all right. He's very agile, not the fastest. 86 speed isn't the greatest, but he's a good juke move, good carrying, good agility and stuff like that. John Brown, I feel like, is underrated in this game. He had a really good season this past year. He is 30 now though, but I still feel like he should be like an 83 with star development. 91 speed, dude, that's very slow. He only had 92 before that. Man, I thought John Brown had like 94, 95 speed. I don't know, but John Brown's a good receiver. I'm not sure how long he's going to be a good receiver, though, in this rebuild for us here. Cole Beasley, same thing. He's a good slot guy, but he's like almost 30 years old, probably now, too. He's 31 years old. He can probably maintain, his slot position for a little while, but I don't know actually if he's going to at all. I might even have John Brown play slot. I don't know what's going to happen yet. We'll have to figure that out. Stefon Diggs may even play the slot because I want him to get as involved as possible. He's a really good player. The offensive line is looking pretty decent. Actually, they have some pretty good players here. Deion Dawkins, Quentin Spain, Mitch Morris, all good players. Darrell Williams they signed in free agency. Maybe we can get him involved. They have Feliciano here at right guard. He's 28 years old, but he's a 74. He's a little bit better than Darrell Williams, like the same age. And then Cody Ford is still very young. They drafted him this past year. He's a good tackle as well. I think Dawson Knox will be the starting tight end for us here because he's like 22, 23, 1 year of experience. He's much younger than Tyler Kroft. Croft is 27. He's not a bad player, but I'm going to have Dawson Knox be the starting tight end, I think, this whole time. Defensively, then, it gets even more scary. You know, this team has one of the best defenses in the NFL. At least they did, you know, last season statistically. But even then, in the game, I feel like it's underrated. Like, this defense has so many good players on it. Like, Tre'Davious White's an 88. I feel like he should be above the 90s, maybe like a 92. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL for sure. Micah Hyde being an 88 up there, not too bad. Jordan Poyer's an 83. So they have a really good safety duo. They have good cornerbacks as well. Levi Wallace, Taron Johnson. I never knew if it was Taron or Taron. I've always kind of just, you know, fluctuated between the two. Let me know in the comments if you guys know exactly how to pronounce it. I could look it up, but why not get some feedback from you guys. EJ Gaines joins the team once again. Josh Norman is also on the team. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. Maybe he can have like a career revival with the Bills. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens in the game here. Jerry Hughes is a good edge rusher, but he's getting old. I think edge is going to be one of my priorities in the draft if I can find somebody who I would like to take. Trent Murphy, another player who's pretty good, but he's also getting up there in age. But Trent Murphy goes off in simulation, so maybe we can take advantage of that. Ed Oliver has superstar development. He's a stud. They drafted him in the first round this past year. And then they have Harrison Phillips at defensive tackle number 2. He's a good young player, so I don't mind having him there. Linebackers, also very good and young. Tremaine Edmonds is a beast. He's super tall too, very fast, athletic freak here. 87 speed, being 6'5". He's a user monster. Matt Milano is a good player as well. A couple of these developments could look different, just in case they went up in development like at the end of the season based on where I started. Like, I think Matt Milano may have gotten star. He did during the Super Bowl week, so that's why that happened. AJ Klein is a new free agent acquisition. Mario Addison as well. I'm not sure how much those guys are going to play, but those are the Buffalo Bills. I think they have a really good team. Josh Allen normally is up there for MVP, so I hope he can do that for us. But now I will see you guys in the draft. Real quick though, I'm actually going to give Tre'Davious White his 5th-year option, just to, you know, have him for one more season guaranteed, and then we'll try to bring him back to a longer term option after that. Okay, so let's load into the 2020 NFL draft. I actually made a lot of changes to the draft class, so hopefully it looks a little bit better than it did before. Sadly though, if you guys like this draft class, it's not even like you can download it from me, even if I do upload it, but whatever. Let's advance by the first 5 picks. Let's see who kicks off this draft. So it's probably going to be Joe Burrow. And then Chase Young never goes to the Redskins. They typically go Jeff Okudah. Is that what they're going to do here? They do go Jeff Okudah. Okay, the Lions normally go tackle. They're going to take Andrew Thomas. The Giants, I've seen them take Jedrick Wills and Isaiah Simmons. So let's see who they go with. They're going to go Isaiah Simmons. The Dolphins are probably going to go Chase Young. Somehow he always falls to number 5. Okay, so our first pick is in the 2nd round. Let's advance straight to that pick. There should still be some pretty good players left. I don't exactly know who I want. Like I said before, I think I might try to target edge or cornerback. Trayvon Diggs going to the Eagles there in the 2nd round. I'd be all for that draft pick. There are some wide receivers left. Wide receiver could be a position I go after. Raekwon Davis is also still here. Ross Blacklock is also available. Okay, so there are some pretty good players. Let me check out cornerback. Cameron Dantzler is the best cornerback left. He wouldn't be too bad. I'm really intrigued with Raekwon Davis or Ross Blacklock. I don't know who to go with, though. Kenny Willix? I don't know how to pronounce that. He's there. Also, let me just mention this. So, whenever you go ahead and edit players, every once in a while, it will mess up their college. Like, I recently did move Willix down because I think he was like a first-round talent before, and just based on what I saw on Twitter and stuff, it seems like people think he's going to go a little bit later. So I ended up changing his stats a little bit, but it says he went to Abilene Christian, even though he didn't. That just happens every once in a while, so some of these, you know, colleges might be a little bit off. I could go with this player. His name's actually Jabari Zuniga, but they don't let you put that as a last name, so it's Zuniba in the draft class here. Could go with him. He's a good player as well. I don't know if I want to go with him right now. He's a player I could potentially wait on. I'm honestly feeling wide receiver. Even though they did just go out and get Stefon Diggs, I still think I might target a receiver. Jalen Reagor would be pretty good. I kind of want like a big-bodied receiver, so like a Michael Pittman maybe in the 2nd round. I feel like it could be a decent draft pick for them. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on him. I was going to go corner if there were some better players. Let me actually check out one more position because I do kind of want interior O-line. So Bayadash is not here anymore. Ben Bredesen is here though. Could go with him. I think I'm just going to go receiver though. Let's go after Michael Pittman. I'm not sure how much time he's going to get on the field, but welcome to the team. He's a 71 overall normal development. He's a really good player, so I'm fine with this selection here. He's a big-bodied outside receiver we could have. Not too bad in the slot there, 69 overall, but I don't think he's going to play in the slot. He might even be the number 2, just because of the age we have at receiver. I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet, but I like him on the team here. Now, hopefully in the next round, I can land a potential edge rusher. I probably did miss out on my opportunity, but maybe there'll be one later. Like, I probably could have waited to get a wide receiver because KJ Hamler is still here, but I don't like that because they just last forever in draft classes and stuff like that. So both of the defensive ends I was looking at are gone. Okay. Julian Aquara is available. Is he really supposed to go that late? It seems like he's supposed to go a little bit earlier than this, so I should probably change him at some point in the future. I'm still working on the draft class. All right, it's a work in progress. The offensive line of this team is actually pretty solid, but I still think I'm going to go with one. We're going to go with Navon Donaldson here. He's a 68 overall, normal development. I'm fine with that draft pick. He's super strong. Doesn't really do anything all that well. I mean, run block power is pretty good, but he's just going to sit and back up some of the veterans on this team. Hopefully he can develop down there. I'm going to look for my trade options here in the 4th round. I don't really want to take anybody right now. I think I'm going to trade this one away with the Patriots. I mean, that's a divisional rival. Maybe I don't do that. I'm going to go with the Browns just because of that. Now, I don't really know anything about the rest of the players here, so I think I'm just going to take a shot in the dark at some random edge rusher. Maybe they can be close to like a 70. Mike Dana, welcome to the team. He's a 57. Okay, yeah, that was nowhere near a 70 overall. But if anybody in this draft class, if you think they should be raised or lowered or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. I don't know all that much about college football. I've admitted that before. I know a decent bit, but not nearly the amount that some of these other, Madden YouTubers know. So let me know if you think I should change anybody in the class or add anybody you didn't see. I had to add a couple players just right now because they weren't in the draft class. I'm just going to go to the end here. I don't want to bother taking anybody or, trading away. I don't think I'll get that much value from those picks. Of course, we didn't have a 1st round draft pick, so it's kind of difficult to do really well in a draft like that. But Michael Pittman, I think, was a good selection. I'm good with him on the team. We got another wide receiver and another outside linebacker. Okay, well, anyway, let's check out the rest of the NFL. So after pick 5, who ended up going? That's not what I wanted to do. Tua ended up going to the Chargers, so the Dolphins did not land him at quarterback. Jerry Jeudy to the Panthers. AJ Epineza goes to the Cardinals. Jedrick Wills, Josh Jones, Tristan Wirfs, 9, 10, and 11. And then another tackle there at number 12 in Mekhi Becton. CeeDee Lamb ended up going to the Buccaneers. So Jameis Winston is the quarterback for them still in this franchise. If he doesn't throw for over like 4,500 yards, I'd be massively disappointed. Like, they have such a good offense for a quarterback. All right, so this is going to be the roster heading into the first full season. As you can see, we do have Michael Pittman starting. He's going to be the number 2 receiver. Now, I probably shouldn't have went with a receiver so early. I was kind of looking for the future more so than right now. Like, this team does have a really good receiving core just without Pittman. I could have John Brown at the 2 and then Cole Beasley at the 3, but I like this setup a little bit more just because Beasley and Brown are going to regress really badly next year, and neither of them are going to be probably usable in a couple seasons. So I want Michael Pittman just for the future. We do have Robert Foster, who could potentially develop into something. I wouldn't mind getting him more involved, but I think I'm going to rock with this kind of setup right now. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully Josh Allen can perform well. I think they can play pretty well this season. And then the defense is also still really good, so I think this team can actually play pretty well. Even though Tom Brady is still in the division, I actually still think they can make the playoffs. The Bills are a pretty decent team in this game. I know they've been like cursed in the past. Like, I haven't really seen them do too much in prior Maddens, but this year I feel like they're normally hovering around the playoffs nearly every season. So we're going to start advancing here. Hopefully we can do well. Also, that's just my experience. You guys probably have much different experiences with the Bills. Maybe you Bills fans out there who rebuild them all the time have more struggles than me. I've only rebuilt them once so far, but just based on what I've seen, I feel like the Bills are actually pretty decent. But here we go. We're going to simulate now. We have to cut 12 players. Oh, no. All right. Okay, so the team is hovering around 500. They are 4-3 along with the Cardinals there. We are on top of the division, though, tied with the Patriots, but I think we beat them earlier in the season, so I guess we have the tiebreaker that way. 4-4 for the Jets, and then 2-5 for the Dolphins down there. I don't think we have any development traits to reveal, but here's just a quick look at the offense. Pittman is up to a 73. Seems to be doing all right, I guess. And then defensively, a couple guys up in overall. I think Edmonds is up a little bit. He's an 82 now. But who do we have to bring back to the team? Jordan Poyer is the top free agent, and he's a player I should probably bring back. He is 29, though. I don't want to give him a 4-year contract. Maybe he's a guy we think about tagging, because Jordan Poyer is still good, but I don't want him long-term, really. Matt Milano is a guy I would like long-term. Levi Wallace is also a good player. He's a 78 overall there. Deion Dawkins I should probably bring back. I'm not sure about some of these other guys, but I will bring back Matt Milano, Levi Wallace, and Deion Dawkins right now. All right, let's see. Did the team clutch up and end up making the playoffs? No, they did not. How close did we get? We finished 8-8. We were very close to making the playoffs. 9-7 for the Patriots, 7-8-1 for the Jets, 4-12 for the Dolphins. Hopefully, though, this division gets a bit easier after this season, because Tom Brady should no longer be on the Patriots after this season. He'll probably retire. I don't actually know how long he stays, but I feel like he typically retires after, one season with them. But anyway, Josh Allen, 27 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Incredibly safe with the football. I would take that season 12 more times, if possible. Rushing-wise, though, Devin Singletary, almost 4 yards per carry, 9 rushing touchdowns. Okay, not the worst season. Hopefully he can take a step up, though. I don't want to go ahead and sign a running back just yet. I'll give him another shot. Stefon Diggs was really solid his first year on the team. Michael Pittman decent rookie season, nothing tremendous. Dawson Knox, though, did play really well. 7 touchdowns for him. Stefon Diggs, though, blew everyone else out of the water. The offensive line wasn't ideal. At least the tackles weren't, but interiorly, we actually did very well. I'll take that. Defensively, 111 tackles there for Tremaine Edmonds, 110 for Matt Milano. We have 15 tackles for loss for Jerry Hughes. Not all that many sacks, but 3 players get 6. One of those guys is Ed Oliver. I'll take that. 2 picks for Matt Milano, Taron Johnson, and Jordan Poyer. 1 for Tremaine Edmonds, Micah Hyde, and Levi Wallace. We definitely need some better pass rush. Maybe I can try to target that in the first round here if there are players available. But no defensive touchdowns. 1 safety from Ed Oliver and 2 blocked kicks. Star Lutulele and Harrison Phillips each got 1. I know for the longest time I thought his name was Lutulele, but then I heard it pronounced Lutulele by a lot of people, so I figure it's probably that. But anyway, those are the offense and the defensive rankings. I think offense was, what, in the 20th, and defense there was 18th or something like that. MVP, though, does go to Ryan Tannehill. Very good player in Madden. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Ryan Tannehill. Josh Allen, I was going to say, should be somewhere near here. He's number 9. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Von Miller. Nobody from the Bills on this list. Offensive Rookie of the Year does end up going to Tua. Michael Pittman, though, at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Chase Young. Of course it does. Anybody from the Bills? I don't think so. Okay, so we didn't really do all that well this season. It was kind of a throwaway, but at least Stefon Diggs played well. Hopefully he can continue that in the next few seasons. All right, so the Ravens and the Falcons are in Super Bowl 55. Let's advance by quick. I think the Ravens are going to win. They do, 31-28. Also, I just realized, pretty surprising to see the Falcons in the Super Bowl. I feel like that's not a typical thing here in Madden, at least. I know it used to be, but I feel like they're not as good as they used to be in this game. So let's see if we can bring back Jordan Poyer to a pretty small deal. 2 years isn't really all that bad, to be honest. I'm sure at lowest he'd be like a 77, and I don't mind just giving him this offer straight up if he wants it. He's going to test out free agency. What is the tag looking like? 14.8 mil. Since he's kind of old and not the highest overall anymore, I think we can actually wait and see if anybody is offering him something. I don't really think I want anybody else like down here. Like none of these players really got all that much, play time. Trent Murphy is not too bad either. Let's see if I can maybe give him this 1-year deal. I'm gonna actually bring this down. There's no way he accepts this, but I don't want to give him that much money for this season. Yeah, he wants to test out free agency. I'm not gonna tag Trent Murphy. All right, so let's hop into free agency. Hopefully we can get some kind of edge rusher. There's one pretty decent looking player I might be able to snag in the draft, but I would rather just get an established player right now, like, this guy, Myles Garrett. Yeah, all right, I'm going to do my best to sign Myles Garrett. We could get the Garrett and Barrett duo. We can get Shaq Barrett, Myles Garrett. Oh, I'm actually really down for that. That's going to be a lot of money spent in free agency, but I think it's going to be money very well spent. Okay, this could be very fun. I think I'm going to try that. Okay, I actually went after a lot of players, so let's see if we got them all. This would be a really big free agency period if we were able to land all these guys. We got Shaq Barrett, we got Chuck Clark, we got Kendall Beckwith, and we got Myles Garrett. Okay, we got everybody except for one player I went after. Let me check on that contract. So it's Kyle Long, and we still are giving him 82 points, and no one else is giving him anything. So I think we should be able to get him this next week. We also ended up getting Kyle Long. Okay, I think we made the team a lot better just in that one free agency period. This draft looks like it could actually be really solid for us here. Hopefully we can just make the correct decisions. But we pick at number 16. I'm going to simulate straight to that pick. I don't want to trade up or anything like that. So at pick number 16, I have a cornerback who I really want to take. I was going to go with an edge rusher here, but we no longer need edge rushers since we just signed 2. This cornerback looks incredibly good. Cedric Waters. I feel like he has to be the selection here, but let me just look around a little bit more. The defensive end I would have went with would have been Will Davenport, so we're definitely going to have to check him out. He looks pretty decent, but I don't think he was going to be all that incredible. There's Zach Cobb, who I would really love to take later. I don't think there's anybody else right now who I want more than that cornerback. So even though our cornerback core isn't bad, you could always use a stud cornerback, honestly. So Cedric Waters, welcome to the team. He's a 77 overall hidden development trait. Please tell me he has superstar or better. That would be massive. But 94 speed and acceleration, 92 agility. Really, really solid cornerback to pair with the already dominant Tre'Davious White. Now I think here in the second round, I'm going to go with that tackle. He might even play at tackle because I know Cody Ford kind of struggled last season. Maybe he'll play left tackle. I don't know what's going to happen exactly with him. But who's on my draft board still? I have this right tackle, a guard, and a defensive tackle. This guard also looks pretty good. Early first round talent for the guard. Early first round talent for the tackle. What I could do is take the guard and then trade up and take the tackle because we do really need a guard. I think the tackle is going to be better. He also skipped the combine. So I think what I'm going to do is take the guard and then try to trade up for the tackle. This guy's a 75 overall with normal, ranked number 9, took him at number 48. Okay, he's going to be a very good guard for us as well. Sadly, he only has normal, and I wish there was a way for offensive linemen to go up in development, but there's just not a way for some reason in this game. So let me try to trade up now. Probably into the early 3rd round if I can. Okay, I'm trading up here with the Bengals, giving them my 3rd round draft pick this year, a 5th this year, and a 3rd next year. And we're picking up the 72 overall pick, so we pick 8th in the 3rd round. That should be early enough to get this tackle. I don't think that was that bad of a trade either, and he literally went the pick before. I am livid that that guy just went right then. Come on, I didn't trade up far enough. Are you kidding me? He was a 76 overall. Of course, I'll check him out, man. But I tried. I did try to take him. It's very upsetting, though, that we were not able to get him because he looks pretty good, and he can probably slide around to be like a backup guard. We actually already have a good backup guard, so I don't even really need that guy. But is there anyone else like I even want down here? Alfonso June looks like he could be a pretty good player. I'm so mad that that guy went the pick before we selected. I swear the Giants like heard me or something, and they knew I was going to go with that guy. Oh, come on. What can I get for next season? There's a 3rd next year. Might as well, because I'd lost my 3rd next year in that trade. I think I'm going to trade with the Buccaneers. They're normally quite bad. They do have a dominant receiving core. I know that now. But I'm going to trade with them, so we're going to pick up a 6th next year as well. Alright, let me go to my next pick and see who I can take. That defensive tackle would have been decent, but I don't really need a defensive tackle. He probably would have been like a 67 overall anyway, so I'm not really that worried about it. There's no one left on my draft board, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to take the fastest quarterback I can find. This is the fastest quarterback of them all. So Mitch Sims, he's going to be awful. I'm guessing a 58 overall. He's a 56 overall. I somehow overestimated this guy. 84 speed was the best. That's a pretty poor quarterback class. All right, well, he's probably not even going to make the final roster, to be honest. Let's just go to the end of the draft. I think this draft went well, but it could have gone so much better if that trade-up worked out. It's all good, though. 77 and a 75. I can't complain too much when you draft 2 players like that. That's fine by me. 2 very capable starters. Who is the best player in the class, though? It goes to Oscar Presley, another cornerback. This cornerback class looked nutty. One of the best I've ever seen. This guy's 6'2" with 94 speed. Oh, that's a great cornerback. The Dolphins got a legend. What is his development trait? It is just star, but I'm sure that'll go up at some point in the future. He looks like a very good cornerback. Carlos Lee looked like a really good defensive end. He went at pick number 5. He's a 78 overall. Edward Steele, another cornerback. This guy only has star as well, so if we have like a superstar cornerback, at least that, I think we got the best corner in the class then. There's another 77 overall corner. Yeah, this draft class looked disgusting with cornerbacks. Out of Ohio, too. Okay. What is his development trait? It is just star. Okay, so if our guy has superstar, I do think we got the best overall cornerback. Let me check out 2 more players in particular. I need to see this defensive end. I forgot his name, but I'll probably recognize it when I scroll by. Was it Will Davenport? I actually don't know if I can recognize the name right now. That seems right, and he was supposed to go in the 2nd round. This seems like it's this player. He has normal development, though, so if this is the guy I was talking about, I'm kind of glad I didn't take him. And then, of course, we need to check out this right tackle, Zach Cobb. He has hidden. Of course he has hidden. If it's superstar, I'm throwing my controller. I don't really want to throw my controller, but oh my, he has superstar. I'm so mad. I got so close to being able to take that guy. I hate the Giants, man. Even more so. I'm an Eagles fan. Of course, I don't like the Giants, but I hate them. I hate them even more now. They're going to be my new least favorite team, I think. I'm even more pissed at myself. I can't believe I did that. I forgot that we signed Kyle Long. So now I don't even need this Freeman guy on the team. Oh my. He's going to play right tackle, I think, man. I need to get him to play somewhere. I can't believe I forgot. I absolutely just forgot we signed Kyle Long. I should have 100% went with that tackle. I didn't even need to trade up, and it looks so much worse now that he has superstar. Oh, come on. Please tell me that Freeman's going to be the best right tackle I have ever drafted. Please. So Jerry Hughes is on the final year of his contract. I'm going to throw him to the trade block. Maybe we can get some value. I kind of doubt it. He's pretty old. He's only a 74. But this is going to be the team heading into this next season. I definitely think I got a lot better, especially on the defense. Like, our edge presence is so much better than it was before. The offense is pretty much the same. We just have a new right tackle now. Of course, that was the guard I just moved over. The wide receiver core, still pretty much the same there. A couple of these guys regressed, though. John Brown, Cole Beasley, both down to a 77. We may have to go after another receiver at some point in free agency, maybe. We can get a solid number 2 if Pittman doesn't develop anymore. And then defensively, I didn't even point this out before, but Matt Milano is up to superstar development. Went up during the Super Bowl week. I forgot to check development trade upgrades, and I just noticed that when I was looking at the team before. But the defense got a lot more colorful with the superstar developments of Shaq Barrett and Myles Garrett. And we can probably have some kind of cool motto with the rhyme in Barrett and Garrett. I don't know, but we have a new cornerback on the team as well. Hopefully that guy has some kind of good development trait. Can make up for me missing on that tackle, maybe. I don't know. But I will begin to simulate now. I'll let you guys know what the record is at the midseason. Also, I'm just going to bring TJ Yeldon back to the team. I forgot to bring him back. I kind of wanted him, but I figured I can land him in free agency if I really didn't get him before. So he's going to be the backup running back. Also, the team looks a little bit different in their overall because Myles Garrett and Shaq Barrett were both right ends. So I moved one of them. And now the overall looks a lot better. All right, so at week 9 here, what is the record? We are 5-2. Okay, so we're playing well this season. 5-2 as well from the Saints. We are tied with the Patriots, and the Jets also have 5 wins, but they have 3 losses, and then the Dolphins 2-6 down there. It's going to be a very close division. Hopefully, though, we can clutch up in the end and make it to the playoffs. This is what the offense looks like, and nobody is here to be revealed in terms of development because I didn't draft anybody on offense with hidden. But then on defense, this cornerback is a superstar. Okay, so I definitely think we got the best corner in the class then. I would take this guy over the other dudes. Even a couple of those other guys were a higher overall, but I would definitely take the superstar over the star on the other guys. This defense is star-studded right now. We have so many different superstars. We have one X Factor, hopefully a couple other potential X Factors in the future. But let's continue the simulation here after we check out who we can, bring back to the team. Tre'Davious White's a player I'm bringing back to the team. He has to come back. Micah Hyde is still really good, so I feel like we should bring him back. Okay, well, Josh Allen needs a contract. This is going to be a problem, though. Hopefully we have enough money to bring back all these guys, because I want Tremaine Edmonds, too. Taron Johnson's a good player, but he's kind of expendable at the moment. I didn't see any offers for Jerry Hughes, so I didn't bother to trade him. Alright, so let's start bringing back some of these guys. I'm going to try to bring back Tre'Davious White, Tremaine Edmonds, and Josh Allen all right now. And I'll probably worry about the other guys later down the line. We made the playoffs this season, and we have to take on the New York Jets. Alright, the Patriots also went 10-6, so 3 teams from this division made the playoffs. The Dolphins 4-11-1 all the way down there. Really solid division in total then. Josh Allen had a good season, 4,334 yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 passing interceptions. I will definitely take that. Rushing-wise, though, Devin Singletary had a lot of touchdowns. Almost 1,000 yards as well. He's definitely improving. I'm good with that season. Hopefully he can have an even better one next year. Stefon Diggs was dominant. 97 for 1,422 yards, 16 receiving touchdowns. Dawson Knox nearing in on 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns. I feel like that should be a dev upgrade, but I don't think it will be. Michael Pittman, 3 touchdowns. Devin Singletary gets 1. 500 yards, too, receiving. Not too bad. John Brown getting a little bit involved down there, I guess. So aside from Deion Dawkins, the offensive line was really good. Ronnie Freeman played super well at tackle. I'm actually okay with that draft pick now. I wasn't okay with it earlier, of course, but Deion Dawkins is struggling at left tackle for us. But the team's playing well, so I don't know what to think of that. Defensively, we have 120 tackles from Tremaine Edmonds. I think this is going to be a dev upgrade. 16 tackles for loss from Myles Garrett, 11 for Ed Oliver. We have a ton of sacks as well. That's what's going to happen when you sign 2 really good edge rushers who are very expensive, but I think they're worth it. Myles Garrett, Shaq Barrett, 14.5, 12 sacks respectively. 8.5 for Ed Oliver, 7 for Harrison Phillips. This team got so many sacks. 5 interceptions for Trey White, 3 for Tremaine Edmonds, Micah Hyde, and Levi Wallace, 2 for Cedric Waters, the rookie, 1 for Matt Milano, and Taron Johnson. We have no touchdowns, but we do have a safety, and we have 4 blocked kicks. Okay, so the defense is looking really strong right now. We are 7th in the NFL on offense, and we are 15th in the NFL on defense. Okay, so MVP this year goes to Russell Wilson. Josh Allen, though, at number 4. Awesome to see him up there. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen, though, at number 3. Defensive Player of the Year is Raekwon McMillan. I can also understand why the Patriots ended up doing so well. They signed Drew Brees, okay. But anybody from the Bills on this list, we have Tremaine Edmonds at number 8. Maybe he didn't get enough tackles to get a dev upgrade. I'm hoping that's the case, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to this quarterback, Simon Hahn. I think he's a quarterback at least. Mitch Sims, though, our backup quarterback at number 4. Let's go. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Marcus Rainey, followed by Cedric Waters at number 2. I'll always take that. Wish he could have won it, but it's alright. He still had a good season. I don't think he'll get a dev upgrade from that year, but we can be optimistic. The team's an 85 overall, though. 84 offense, 87 defense. Let's see what the Jets are all about. I think we can take them down, though. They're an 82 overall. The same number of X Factors on either team, but let's advance by here. See if we can win the game. I think we can, and we cannot. 24-14. We lose to the Jets. Alright, so the Patriots make it all the way to the Super Bowl with Drew Brees, and they have to go up against the Chicago Bears. Super Bowl 56. Who is going to win? It's going to be the Bears, 28-21. Okay, let me not forget to check out development upgrades now. Let's see, anybody on offense? Josh Allen did not go up, but Stefon Diggs is an X Factor, and he's up to a 97 with his morale boost. Oh my, he is dominant right now. Michael Pittman also did not go up in development. Did Dawson Knox go up? He's a star now. Did he go up last year? I may have missed this. No, he went up this year. Let's go. Dawson Knox is up to star. Okay, he can stay at tight end for sure for us. That's cool to see. Anybody in the defense go up in development? I don't think we have anyone up in development here, but this defense is still super good. Turns out Edmonds did not do enough to go up there. It's fine, though. Let's see who we have to bring back to the team. I know Micah Hyde is here. I would like him back, but I'm not sure what kind of contract he's going to want. So he wants a 2-year contract. Okay, I'm comfortable giving him a 2-year deal. I'll bump this up a tad. See if he can accept this. He wants to test out free agency. I don't mind tagging him for 12.7. I think that's a fair deal there. Kyle Long, I think I can replace. John Brown, I can replace. Taron Johnson as well. Harrison Phillips had a good season. I wouldn't mind giving him this contract. It's actually pretty cheap. Give him a couple years on that too. He's still pretty young. I'm going to look to draft a defensive tackle this year. There's a really solid one I might be in the range to get. So even if I do draft a defensive tackle, I don't mind giving Phillips that contract. But the top free agent, Jair Alexander, Leighton Vander Esch is also here. He could help out this team a little bit, but we already have really good linebackers. But Courtland Sutton, I think I want on the team. He'd be a really good pairing to Stefon Diggs. AJ Green, we can bring in AJ Green to this team. Dante Pettis is here as well. I'm good with Courtland Sutton. I'm going to try my best to get him on the team. I might have to go through and cut some players because we don't have all that much money. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do that. But to be fair, we did just sign a lot of players to big contracts. 58 total points. Okay, let me see if I can go after Courtland Sutton. Let me try to clear some cap. Cole Beasley is definitely a guy I'm going to cut. He's no longer good, so I'm fine with him not being on the team here. Star Lotulelei is also going to be cut. He has a really big contract, and he's not that good anymore. Mario Addison is another dude I think I'm going to cut. He's a 61 overall. It's not even that worth it, but I don't want him on this team anymore, man. He's just not that good. AJ Klein is another player who I'm going to be releasing. A few of those guys were players they just signed, but in the game, like, there's no reason to keep those guys. I don't think I'm going to cut anybody else. I feel like that's going to be it. So let's see if we now have enough money to go after Courtland Sutton. I would love him on this team. If anything, though, I did see Michael Gallup down there. Courtland Sutton is better right now, though. He's an 87 with Superstar. I'd really like Sutton on this team. Please let me be able to give him a pretty solid contract. I think I can, actually. That's 70 points. Okay, let me actually just reset this. Yeah, I can definitely give him a contract. Okay, this is awesome. We cut enough players. That's 100 points. The Vikings are giving him 91. I'm going to go at least 10 above the Vikings. There's 102. I'll take that. I don't think I'm going to go after anyone else in terms of receiver, but I probably can go after a few other positions in general. Will Hernandez is in free agency. Oh, he's a good player to go after. That would actually free up space to cut Quinton Spain then. I'd totally be down for that. Will Hernandez, I'm going to try to get on the team. Quinton Spain's also a bit expensive, so we can even cut him and potentially sign a couple more guys this year then. Let me see who else is available. All right, so we got Will Hernandez and we got Courtland Sutton. This team is looking really nice right now. I am going to be cutting Quinton Spain then. It'll save some money. Actually, no, I'm not going to cut him. Sorry, we don't have a good right guard, so Quinton Spain is going to slide to right guard. Okay, so I'm still good with that signing of, Will Hernandez. All right, we are now loading into the 2022 NFL Draft, and it's much later in the day, so I don't have the natural lighting that I had before. It's currently 9:28 p.m. now, and I recorded the earlier part of this video at like 2 o'clock. But we have the 24th overall pick, and I really want to take a defensive tackle in this draft if I'm able to. I think I'm going to sim one by one and see if I could trade up potentially, because I don't know if this guy would still be there at 24. He's projected to go late first round. There are 3 really good looking defensive tackles in this class as well. Keith Marshall, Alexander Franklin, and Cooper Sewell. Sewell's the guy I want. To me, he looks better than Franklin. They're probably both like just as good. He is a better overall though, because Franklin's talent was mid first and Sewell's talent was early first. So I do want Sewell on the team. I just don't know if I can wait until pick number 24. I think I'm going to try to trade up at some point. I'm just going to advance now and see how far I can get without having to trade up. I think that other defensive tackle is going to go before the guy I want, so I'm going to wait until that defensive tackle goes, and then I will trade up, because then I can at least land a defensive tackle. So Alexander Franklin just went. I'm going to try to trade up with the Cowboys here. Their first need is defensive tackle as well, so I think this is a pretty wise trade up. I can probably give him my first this year, maybe like my third this year, and I'd feel comfortable giving them my third next year as well. I think that's a pretty fair trade up. They got a good bit of value, and we're only moving up 5 spots. I think that's worth it from both sides, to be honest. But with this pick, we are going to be taking Cooper Sewell. I'm sure he would have been selected if I simulated by that pick. So welcome to the team. This dude should be a beast for us. He's a 77 overall with hidden. It looks like the best defensive tackle in the class. Really strong, 91 strength, a good block shed, good power moves. He's pretty good at everything, to be honest. Like, there's nothing he does that's really that bad. but he definitely specializes in power moves, which is perfectly fine. He's going to be a really good complement there to Ed Oliver. Now, I don't know who to go with here in the second round. Let's just see who's still available. I think John Ross is going to be the player I'm going to take. It's a fantastic name, I know. And he's not necessarily needed on this team, but I don't really think I need anything in general. So I'm just going to take the best player available, and it's certainly John Ross. Welcome to the team. He's a 75 overall with hidden development trait. 6'3", 251 out of Southern Miss. 82 finesse move, 81 speed, 84 acceleration, good strength as well at 85, good tackling. Another player that doesn't really do anything badly. He's like pretty good at everything on that card there. I'm glad to have him as a backup. All right, so here in the fourth round, there's nobody left on my draft board, so I think I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. Let's see who we can find. Should I take the fastest quarterback left again? The one quarterback who went, I think he got drafted by the Falcons. It looked pretty interesting based on his combine and whatnot, but I don't even know who to go with here. Should we just take a random player? We're going to go with Dak Callaway, the fastest free safety left. Welcome to the team. He's a 60 overall, but he actually has hidden development trait. Okay. Oh, he is horrible in so many different areas. But decent speed, decent acceleration. He's at least going to be a good player on, like, special teams. So, I'm okay with that. Now we can go to the end of the draft. I think this draft went quite well. We ended up trading up, but I think it was a pretty fair trade-up. I gave the Cowboys 2 third-round draft picks. One this year, one next year. I don't think that's that bad of a trade-up. Of course, I could have gotten that trade for far less than that, but it's alright. Who is the best player in the class? There's a 79. There's actually 2 of them. Kai Younger and Kendron Poindexter. One of these cornerbacks. 96 speed for him. There's a really good left tackle. Craig Lawson. Rashad Bridges is another good cornerback. Cooper Sewell is the dude we drafted. Looks like the best defensive tackle overall wise, but let's check out the development trait of these dudes. So Keith Marshall, let's see what he is all about. He has hidden development trait. It is just star for him. Okay, and then we're going to check out the other guy just to see if I did miss on either of those guys. I mean, I wasn't going to trade up to pick number 1. That's for certain. But here's that other defensive tackle. He went to the Titans. He's a 74 with hidden development as well. He only has star development too. Okay, so hopefully we got the best defensive tackle. I think we did at least. If our guy has star, he seems better than the other guys, but hopefully he has something better than star. That would be really nice. It would be a great acquisition to the defense. But let's advance by here. I'm also going to be spending the coach experience. I'll get the team all in order, and I'll let you know what the roster looks like. We're going to bring back TJ Yeldon again. Why not, man? I keep forgetting to bring him back to a longer-term deal. I could go after any of those guys, but since TJ Yeldon was on the team before, why not bring him back one more time? But this is going to be the roster for the 3rd season. It's another really good-looking team. 85 overall, 85 offense, 87 defense. Hopefully they can replicate their success from last year. Stefon Diggs has been going off so far. We added Cortland Sutton in the offseason to help out Josh Allen. Devin Singletary had a good season a year ago. Hopefully he can build on that as well. The offensive line did all right aside from Deion Dawkins. I'm going to give him another shot here at left tackle. Dawson Knox went up in development last year, so he can hopefully do well again. And then defensively, we added a couple more studs. Like we got Sewell, we got Ross, but John Ross isn't going to play all that much down there. We have Waters, who was a superstar, only an 82, but he has so much room to develop there. I guess we could use a new strong safety, and we also could use a new outside linebacker, but I'm fine with Chuck Clark and Kendall Beckwith. I don't think they're bad players. So let's simulate now, and I'll let you know what the record is at the midseason. We have a losing streak. All right, Micah Hyde. What's going on with that? We're 2-5? How is this team 2-5? This is by far the best team we've had so far. I mean, the Dolphins are on the top of the division. Okay, weird looking season. Maybe we can turn it around the second half of the year. I've been rocking with like the Buffalo offense and defense. Maybe that's not the move. They normally play pretty well. That's why, like, at least offensively, Josh Allen normally plays super well, and he has been so far. So maybe he's the issue now. I don't know. We'll have to see at the end of the season, but here's a look at the team. And then defensively, this guy only has star. A little bit upsetting, but he's still a good defensive tackle. I'm excited to see what Ross has. He probably won't really get any playing time because we still have Shaq Barrett and Myles Garrett. I have no reason to start that guy, but it's just good to have, you know, good depth and whatnot. But Ed Oliver needs to come back to the team. He's a player I certainly want. Micah Hyde, I think I'm going to not bring back. We'll see how badly he regresses, and then I'll determine if I want to give him a contract. I'm not giving him a 3-year deal. Devin Singletary, I'll have to see what kind of season he had again as well. He'd actually be a pretty good backup, so I should probably bring him back anyway. Mitch Morris, I think I'll give a contract to. Dawson Knox, I'll give a contract to. A lot of these other guys here are pretty replaceable. The team ended up making the playoffs this year. I did not expect that. They clutched up hard. They went 9-7. We have to take on the Tennessee Titans. We're probably going to lose this game. The Titans are incredible in this game. But we finished on top of the AFC East with the Dolphins and Jets both 7-9, Patriots 5-11 down there. How did Josh Allen do this year? 3,593 yards, 28 touchdowns, 8 picks. Another season of him playing really well. I'm good with this. I mean, it's nothing like stellar, but he's conservative with the football. I'm fine with that. He's not making many mistakes. Rushing-wise, though, Devin Singletary almost over 1,000 yards. I think it is time, though, to get a new dominant running back if I can. 8 rushing touchdowns for him. We'll have to look into free agency. But from my experience, this free agency class usually isn't too strong. The highest overalls I've seen are usually like mid to upper 80s, but hopefully this one's different. Stefon Diggs, though, having another really good season. Cortland Sutton, 617 yards, 4 touchdowns. Dawson Knox is another good year, too. Over 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Blocking got a lot better this year, though. That's a good improvement to see. Defensively, 103 tackles for Matt Milano, 102 for Tremaine Edmonds. We have 14 tackles for loss for Ed Oliver, 12 for Myles Garrett, and once again, we're getting some really good pressure, but actually, Cooper Sewell leads the team in sacks. I did not expect to see him. I saw that number down there. I didn't look at who it was. I thought it was going to be one of these two guys, but they both got over 10 sacks as well. Excellent pressure here from the D-line. This defensive line is scary. Matt Milano, Cedric Waters, Tre'Davious White, and Chuck Clark each got 2 picks. Myles Garrett and Micah Hyde each got 1. Myles Garrett getting a pick is pretty interesting. But we have 1 defensive touchdown for Trey White, no safeties. And we have a blocked kick from Myles Garrett. Okay, so 25th in the NFL on offense. This defense looks scary, though. I feel like they're top 10. They are 17th. Okay, so not really that close to top 10. MVP, though, goes to Russell Wilson. He usually wins MVP a lot. It makes sense, though. He's a great quarterback. Nobody from the Bills, but it's all good. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, of course, it goes to Jacoby Brissett, like the best quarterback in Madden. Josh Allen, though, at number 6. Defensive Player of the Year goes to CJ Mosley. Matt Milano at number 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Anton Leary. Robert Hudson's in there. I don't even know who that is, but he's at number 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year has to go to Cooper Sewell. He should go up in development as well. That's a great season to have. I really hope he does. But we're going to see how we fare up against the Titans here. Let me upgrade the players. There's probably like 1 player with... There's actually 3 players with experience points. One of them is John Ross. Look at that. But let's go ahead and check out the overall of the Titans. I'm sure we have a higher overall team than they do. We do by 4 overall points. The same number of X factors as well. Love looking at that. I don't think there's any correlation between the number of X factors you have and your likelihood of winning. But let's advance this week. Can we finally win a playoff game? We can, and we're going to lose right now 100%. There's no way we beat the Browns. They're the best team in this game. I've said it so many times. They're an 85. If I win this game, I will be absolutely baffled. But let's see if we can, move to the conference championship. This would be huge. And we win 22-10. There's no way we took down the Browns. All right, so we have to go up against the Colts. The Colts are another really glitchy team in this game. Let's actually hop into this one. I'll get some gameplay just in case. Like, if we win the Super Bowl this year, I may end up ending the video at this point anyway, because there's not too much I could do after that. I could go for a back-to-back, but if we lose this game, I'll probably go another season. But let's hop in, see if we can win. Okay, this game's actually really close. I'm not going to hop in just yet. We do have a 10-point lead. It's 27-20. They have the ball back with a couple seconds. They were driving down the field, and we are actually heading into the Super Bowl here. Okay, Josh Allen, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. All right, we have to take on either the Seahawks or some other team. I forgot the other team, but I'm pretty sure the Seahawks were down there. They'll probably win. Seahawks are a fantastic team. So now let's advance into the Super Bowl week. Let's see if we can win. That would be crazy. We have to go up against the Cowboys. So apparently the Cowboys ended up beating the Seahawks. Let's check out the development trade upgrades, though. Did anybody go up? This would be huge if we can get a couple. I don't think anyone here on offense is up in development, but the team is looking pretty nice. 97 overall for Stefon Diggs again. I don't know who this is, but he has star development. Okay. Cortland Sutton's up to an 88, Devin Singletary 84, Josh Allen 83. And now on defense, Matt Milano is up to X Factor. Dak Callaway is up to a 70? Wait, this guy was a 60, wasn't he? Yo, he's actually really good. How did this guy develop so well? What? I did not expect that. He must have been one of our, focus players. I don't know, but Ross, his development is still not revealed yet. He's getting there. Of course, it'll be revealed after this game regardless. I don't think anyone else went up in development. How did Sewell not go up? He had such a good rookie season. That is insane that he is not up in development. I'll never understand how this game works. But let's hop into the game here against the Cowboys and see if we can win. They're an 85 overall. We are still a higher overall. We also have more X factors. So let's get it, boys. I have faith in the team. I'm just going to super sim. If it looks like we're going to win, I probably won't hop in. Okay, we're kind of getting crushed right now. I'm going to wait until the 4th quarter to hop in. Actually, 21-19. The team's coming back. Let's go, boys. I have faith. Oh, no. 24-19. 27-24, 31-27. Let me take control of this drive. We're at the 13-yard line. Wait, we're about to score. No, they're about to score. Oh, no. Wait. Wait, this is not good at all. We have to hold them to a field goal. I meant to hop in a little bit earlier than this. They're not running the ball. Oh, no. Pick it off. Please, that could have been the play. Come on, man. That was massive. Chuck Clark, I need you on that one. We need Matt Milano to make some kind of play here. We got this, man. I'm going to be on Waters. It's going to be a run play. Just tackle him. Okay, we're going to get the ball back with no timeouts and about a minute left. and we're going to need a touchdown to tie the game. Honestly, if I score a touchdown, I'm going for 2, all right? I'm not going to overtime. I don't care. Sorry if it looks really blurry for you guys. It kind of looks blurry for me there on the side. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're going to see what we can do here on 1st down and 10. We have Stefon Diggs, and he's going to hold on to it. Let's go, Diggs. Get into the hurry up here. That was a good gain on 1st down. We do have to, you know, be pretty quick, though. I'm going to call this play again, actually, and we're going to see if maybe we can hit one of the outside guys this time. Try to get him out of bounds, potentially. Oh, Michael Pittman is open. Throw the ball. No! You have to throw that ball. Please, man. That was it. That's the game, pretty much, unless we can get a big completion here. I'm going to try that play again. Michael Pittman, get out of bounds if you catch this. He's going to drop it, actually. We're going to get another shot, but Pittman was open on the side there. I know I just called the same play 3 times in a row, but it was absolutely going to work that last play. Okay, we just need a massive play here from one of our receivers, and we have nobody who is good in. Michael Pittman's the best receiver in right now. All right, boys. Let's give him a shot. That's in double coverage. He's not going to catch it. It's going to get picked off. There is the game. Sadly, we couldn't come back in that one. I will go another season, though, just to see what we can do next year. All right, boys, that's a pretty unfortunate way to end this season, but let's hop straight into the offseason here. Devin Singletary, we still have to bring back to the team, and I certainly will be doing that. I'd like him as a backup, if anything. Like, I'm still looking to get a better running back if I can. He's not bad, but I want some dude who is just phenomenal in the game. Hopefully I can find that in free agency here. I think that would make this team so much better. Also, I do need a new safety. Technically, though, we do have that backup who's looking pretty decent now. So maybe we can go ahead and start that guy, but let's try to bring back Devin Singletary. He is coming back to the team, so if I don't find another running back, I am comfortable starting him next year. But if I can, I would like to take this team to the next step. And let me actually check out the development traits of these few guys. So this guy has star, but this guy has X Factor. John Ross has X Factor. How do I not start him? This is such a weird decision. Because, like, I feel like I have to start him, but there's nowhere for him to play. We have a 98 overall left end and an 87 overall right end. That sucks so badly that he's just on the bench. And then our defensive tackle duo is very good. I guess he could be the number 2 D tackle, but he's probably pretty small for that. 251, I feel like he could get the job done, but the thing is, like, Sewell just had a great season. I could technically play him at right outside linebacker, but he doesn't fit there at all. It's not like he's going to fit there in a 4-3. I'd rather have Kendall Beckwith play there. This is a really weird situation. I'm just going to go into the draft and see what we can do. That's just crazy depth. This team looks pretty decent for the future then, because they have another dominant pass rusher. But let's head into the offseason weeks, and let's see who we can bring into the team. We don't have too much money, but I don't want too many players, so it's okay. Rodney Hudson is the top free agent, so it's not going to be a good running back free agency period. Okay. I should probably still go after one of these guys to be a backup. I'm going to go after Tony Pollard. Okay, so Tony Pollard and Micah Hyde both accepted. I'll take that for sure. Let's just go straight into the draft here. So we're going to have a really poor draft pick, but maybe we can try to trade up or something. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We have the 31st overall pick. I don't want to trade up too far. Really nice looking running back, actually. Early first round. Oh my god, that guy's insane. I actually wouldn't be too opposed to taking him in the first round. We might have to try to go that route. All right, well, let's start simulating here. Let's see who we can get at the end of the first round. I'm not going to trade up. No one really piqued my interest that much. I will go with this running back if he's available, though. Usually running backs fall really far. So it'd be great if I'm able to get him. Is he actually still here? It's this guy, isn't it? Walter Walton. Oh, I didn't notice his name. Walter Walton? Are you kidding me? I'm going to go with this guy. Welcome to the team. He's a 79 with hidden. He's ranked number 1 in this class. We took him at number 31. Dude, I want to start this guy really badly. Honestly, I feel like it's smarter to start him than Devin Singletary at this point. Singletary has been good. I don't know what to do. Maybe I can stop at mid-season and kind of like look at the stats, see how he's playing, and then determine if I want to start him the rest of the year. I think he could be really well worth it, but we'll have to, you know, figure it out. He was a really good draft pick, though. I'm good with taking him in the first round. Now, is that tackle on my draft board still? He is. Percy Matlock. This guy's going to be like a 76 with normal. Are you ready for this? Dude, I'm a genius. He's ranked number 10. He's incredibly strong. He's a really, really solid player. I feel like we should probably start him somewhere. You know, for the most part, Madden drafts are fairly predictable. So that's why I was able to like kind of accurately guess what that guy's overall would be. I've seen so many tackles fall in the later parts of the round, and they almost always have normal development, and they almost always are like a 75 plus. It's insane. But anyway, let's check out the draft recap. That's why I normally don't stress about like signing free agent offensive linemen. I find that they're very easy to draft. But the top 2 rounds were the only picks I took. I simulated the rest, but those 2 guys both look incredible. Now, we already know we have the top ranked player in the entire class, and he's the lone top player in the class. Khalid Gross was definitely disgusting, man. 78 overall for him, 93 strength, 81 speed. I feel like you shouldn't be able to have 81 speed and be that strong at the same time. That's not fair. Seth Crompton looks really good. LaMarcus Elliott looks good as well. Zachary Costello, nice looking quarterback. He's a 77 there. Was taken at number 25. That's a great pick there. Another really good looking running back, Cam Coleman. If I drafted this guy, he probably wouldn't start, even with Hidden. But the fact that we have a 79 overall, I don't think it's going to take that dude too long to surpass Devin Singletary in overall. Also, his name's Walter Walton. Like, how do I not start this guy? So I forgot to bring back Kendall Beckwith, and I am incredibly tempted to move John Ross to outside linebacker. It makes no sense. I'm fully aware. Let me do it for a second. I just want to see what his, like, zone coverage is. 51. 58 man coverage, though. Okay, so the more I look at this, right, I see a 73 overall run stopper. That's not really that bad. That's better than any free agent I could sign, too. Let me check free agency just to see if I could sign it better than a 73. Maybe I will actually start that guy at outside linebacker. Since the scheme fit is, you know, a run stopper, I think I can get away with it. Levante David is in free agency. He'd be a good player, but I don't think he'd go up to a 73. There is Taco Charlton, who does not fit the scheme at all, so he's probably lower than that at run stopper. He's a 70, okay. And then right outside linebacker, it's Matthew Adams, who's not a 73. I'm going to rock with that guy at outside linebacker. I'm sorry if you guys don't like it. I know it's not all that realistic, but I mean, come on. Like, we have to use that guy in some way. He's not going to be playing all that much either. Usually your number 1 and 2 sub linebacker play way more in simulation, so he's really not going to be playing all that much anyway. And also, do I need another cornerback? I do need another corner. Okay, my fault. I forgot to sign one of those too. I don't know why I got so complacent this last year. I do see Richard Sherman here, though. I could just go after him. I will go after Richard Sherman for one more season. What's his speed down to now? It's probably so poor. 84. Okay, well, I'm going to bring him onto the team for this final season. Why not just pile on as many X factors as possible? And now this is going to be the team. This team's actually pretty scary. I really hope they can make the playoffs again. Like I said, though, during the draft, I will look at the stats partway through the season just to see how Walton is playing. Maybe I'll even check out his development, because if it is star, I don't know if I want him starting the whole year. It's a really weird decision. I really don't know how he's going to play. We'll have to see what happens. But the team is still looking really good to me. It's an 87 overall, 87 offense, 88 defense. You know, the offensive line, you look at it, and you see a bunch of players in the low 80s and the upper 70s. Maybe you don't think that's that good, but for me and my experience, these guys play about as well as any offensive lineman. Like, if you have, like, at least an 80 overall offensive lineman, like, on average, then I think your offensive line usually as a whole can play pretty well. We have a really good wide receiver core. We have a good quarterback still. Josh Allen's been doing well. Our tight end is solid. And then defensively, it gets so scary on this side of the ball. So many superstars, so many X factors. We have a great linebacking core. We have a good secondary and an insane defensive line. Probably the best defensive line in football right now. And it's just incredible that we have even more defensive lineman depth with Ross being here. I can't believe this guy had X factor. That is incredible to me. So the longevity of this team actually is pretty decent, because there's some good depth at some of these positions. Also, that backup safety, like, he could potentially be something one day. You never know. I'm going to go after the quarterback upgrade. I didn't get the D-line upgrade yet. All right, I'll do all 3 of those. And then we will simulate to the mid-season. I'm not sure if I'll commentate over it. I'll just kind of look at something. Maybe if it's interesting enough, I will commentate over it. But at minimum, I'll see you at the end of the year. Okay, I'm at the mid-season mark here, and I'm just looking at the stats. Walter Walton, I don't think, can cut it as the starting running back. 3.4 yards per carry is abysmal right now. I'm going to put Devin Singletary back in. Let me check out that guy's development, though. If it's X Factor, I still think I'm going to make this decision, because he's just not playing well, and this is the final season. It is still actually hidden for him. I'm going to put in Devin Singletary. I don't want Walton starting that much anymore. He doesn't seem all that good, but he still will be the 3rd down running back. I'm comfortable with that. Okay, now we can go to the end of the season. So even with that switch, the team was still not able to make the playoffs. We finished 9-7 though, the same record from a year ago. We got very close. I don't know what the issue was with this team, to be honest. I thought they were very good. Josh Allen had a really good season again though, 4,200 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's been very good this entire time. There's really nothing to complain about there. Devin Singletary had 10 touchdowns. This guy only had 3 yards per carry. It seemed like our rushing attack just wasn't that good. I mean, we did combine for over like 1,400 yards or so, but still, like, they didn't really seem all that good. If we could have had a dominant running back, this team would have been so different. Stefon Diggs, though, had another great season. Dawson Knox, almost 1,000 yards. Cortland Sutton gets 8 touchdowns. All those guys playing well. So, yeah, it just seems like aside from the running game, like, everything else was fine there on the offense. And I guess Deion Dawkins struggled, but, you know, that happens. 106 tackles for Tremaine Edmonds, 13 tackles for loss for Myles Garrett. 16.5 sacks for Myles Garrett, 14 for Shaquille Barrett, 9 for Cooper Sewell. These three are just unstoppable right now. Even John Ross gets 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. Yeah, like I said, he didn't play all that much. I doubt he made that much of an impact. Interceptions, though, we got 3 from Cedric Waters, 2 for Tremaine Edmonds, Richard Sherman, and Tre'Davious White, 1 for Matt Milano, Micah Hyde, and Shaquille Taylor. I've never even heard of that player before. Okay. Defensive touchdowns, we don't have any. No safeties, and no blocked kicks. Man, I probably should have just ended the rebuild at last season. It was much more successful, but 11th in the NFL on offense, 13th on defense. A few of you guys told me to do these a couple more seasons, so there you go. We have 1 extra season here, even if it is a bit disappointing. Josh Allen, though, at number 4. I'll always take that. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Baker Mayfield. Josh Allen there at number 2. Defensive Player of the Year is Myles Jack, but Myles Garrett at number 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Marco Brothers. Walter Walton at number 2. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Do we have anybody from the Bills? No, we do not. Best quarterback, though, is Baker Mayfield. Josh Allen at number 6. Joe Burrow at number 5. Look at that. Best running back is Joe Mixon. Obviously, nobody from the Bills on that list. Best wide receiver is Stefon Diggs at number 3. Best offensive lineman, Ronnie Stanley, is going to win that one. Nobody from the Bills. I feel like our offensive line wasn't too bad aside from Dawkins. Best defensive lineman, though, is Myles Garrett. Shaquille Barrett at number 3 as well. And Cooper Sewell at number 10. Those 3 are dominant together. Best linebacker is Myles Jack. Best defensive back is Marlon Humphrey. And then best kicker is Eddie Pinheiro. But Graham Gano at number 8. I didn't even know we signed him. I usually just let the computer handle that. But that is probably going to be the end of this video. I will simulate those straight to the Super Bowl. We can check out development trade upgrades and all that fun stuff. And we can also just check out the development of that running back. If it is X Factor, then that running back still is very good. Maybe he'd have a career at some point, but he just wasn't playing well. He only has star. Okay, but he's an 82 overall. I'm sure he could develop quite well for us. But nobody here on the offense went up in development. At least I don't think so. Defensively, maybe Sewell. No, he still has not gone up in development. That's insane. This season was definitely worse than his first season, but I don't get how he didn't go up last year. Like, he was so good. He's still an 86 overall, so I can't really complain all that much. But let's advance by this game. See if the Giants can take down the Browns. I doubt they're going to be able to. The Browns are so good. And they actually do that. 48-42, the Giants are going to win. All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry I was not able to win a Super Bowl with this team. We got pretty close. Maybe if Josh Allen could have gotten that throw off to Michael Pittman, it would have been for a touchdown. You never know, though. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.